the chin and live life with a grin. You're the man. If you sail across the ocean in perpetual motion, you're the man. If you roar like a lion, fight like a tiger, sting like a bee, know the square root of 3. If you smoke the gauge of weed, then you plant your seed, you're the man.
South London, Charlton with
No, south of France.
South of France, yeah. South of France with Dennis Greaves of 9 Below Zero. I would say one of the premier British R&B bands of the present era, and one of the freshest sounding. I've just listened to their album, It's Never Too Late, which is fairly new to me, and it's got a very fresh, very melodic sound. If you haven't heard this, I recommend it to one and all. Very good.
Thank you for that. I'm really pleased because that's what we tried to do.
Yeah.
Make it fresh, not dated, you know.
If you like the feel good, you like the Stones, you're going to like this, guaranteed. And they're pretty new to me, and I'm hard to please, and they're very, very good. So we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Thank you.
So we'll come on to the Plumpton Blues Festival in a minute. But what about when you first started playing guitar? When would that have been?
Well, that was I had two uncles slightly older than myself who used to love the blues. They would go to the Marquis, the Yardbirds in the 60s. Saw Peter Green replace Eric Clapton with John Mayall, all that stuff, and their record collection fascinated me as a boy. I used to rummage through it, you know, and it was basically John Mayall, Albert King, and Freddie King, who then became a real idol of mine. And I gravitated towards that. At school, we you know, my mates was T-Rex, Gary Glitter, Dave Bowie. I like it, and I love it still, and I liked it then. But this blues thing just had something for me.
Yeah.
So started to form a band, and lo and behold, I was in the second generation of the blues. You know, about 77, 78.
Yeah.
Schoolmates were going into punk bands. I went to the blues, but there was that wonderful atmosphere in London at the time of clubs and pubs, and we got involved, and of course Dr. Feelgood I saw on the Old Grey Whistle Test, 74, 5, and I think it changed my life really. I thought I want to do that, and I pursued that right up until I left school really.
So would you say you were influenced by Wilco Johnson's style a bit?
I liked their whole image. I liked Lee Brillo's style. He had the suit on at the time, so I went and looked in my dad's wardrobe, and he had some of his old original suits. I got them out, and we were dressing like that, you know. And then of course second-hand clothing shops, Crampton Clovers down the Old Kent Road, were really, you know, and the one on New Boots and Panties one on Ian Jury's album. We were going over to Victoria, and you could get great shoes there, but of course I didn't realise they were Dead Man shoes at the time, but and great suits and stuff. And he just had to do fruity underwear at the back. It was, you know, it was an amazing shop. And then, so we got into that suits and second-hand clothing, because you could pick up I used to go Salvation Army, get a shirt for 20 pence, and I could get a suit for £3. And,
so you had quite a sharp image at the time, I
yeah,
remember that. You had hats as well.
Mark had a hat, the harmonica player had a hat.
Yeah.
We did, but because, you know, all our mates were punks. And
so you were set apart from the punks and that.
Yeah, but we were in that, we had their energy. We had that, we was only 19, 20, so we had that energy. And I didn't realise, then all of a sudden there was another band called Red Beans and Rice, the blues band came.
I remember Red Beans and Rice, I saw them,
They were on the scene, there was loads. All of a sudden, I sort of, unbeknownst, thinking you're the only one, once we crossed North London, we started at the Thomas à Becket, which backed onto my school.
Yeah.
So we used to sort of jump out of school and go and see, I think it was Blackfoot Sue, they were rehearsing there, and the bands used to come through that as part of the circuit. And I used to look at the equipment on the stage and the drums and the amps and, you know, that, all this sort of made me want to do it. And I just went for it.
Check the oil and the pressure, fill her up with gasoline. Now pump the tires to the engine,
we played the Open Anchor. That's where we actually played as the Managed Boys before we Spinal Tap. But before we got to 9 Below Zero, which was our Sonny Boy Williamson. We love Sonny Boy Williamson, and he had a song called 9 Below Zero. The Rolling Stones took their name from the Muddy Waters song. We thought went down the same route, so just to link it to the blues. So Sonny Boy was our hero. We named the band 9 Below Zero, but we played the Anchor, the Dingwalls, and a few others around that area.
Yeah, there are quite a few places. I mean, the Feel Goods played there, and I think Brinsley Schwartz. You remember they played in that circuit as well?
Yes, and we saw the Fabulous Thunderbirds come over in '79, I think. That was just outrageous seeing them in Dingwalls.
Was Jimmy Vaughan with them then?
Jimmy was there. Kim and Jimmy, yeah, stunning. Couldn't take your eyes off them.
Yeah.
And Keith Ferguson, the bass player.
It's very sad how that's gone down there now in Islington. I mean, there is nothing really. Dingwalls
is still. Well, we tried to play Camden as the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
And damp squib for our generation. You know, I think there's some. I think Camden, you're almost paying to play now.
Yeah.
Down there, and I just think it's all wrong.
It's all full of indie bands and people who can't do 2 sets of music, and the beer's crap in most places as well.
Yes, I do find it a little bit, you know, I don't want to criticise too much because we need as many live venues as we can, but I think paying to play and putting pressure on young bands to sell 30 tickets ain't the way, really.
It's not so much paying to play. What often happens is you get a promoter and they will ask who have you come to see, and it's £5 to get in, the band will get £1 out of it, £5 or something like that. It's not quite paying to play, you know, but it's like playing and getting a £5 at the end of the evening. I think I'm right there, aren't I? Yeah, so that pub scene and all that's really rather gone now, and there's not that many places to play anymore. The competition's very intense.
Young people are learning and playing in their bedrooms now. They've got the technology.
Yeah. So what's on the cards at the moment in terms of recording and stuff?
I am in the process. We just recorded an album with Glenn Silver.
Right.
Glenn got a call from Mojo last year and said we're doing Beatles Abbey Road album. We'd love you to pick a song. We've got 15 artists to do the track. And he rang us up and said, are you free? You know, I want to do You Never Give Me Your Money. So we went in, and the harmonica took the lead line, and the chemistry was really good between Glenn and us.
Yeah.
And out of that, we formed a project called The Cooperative, where we wrote a bunch of songs together and did some covers, and it's about to be released in September. So it's a collaboration, a cooperative between Glenn Silver and 9 Below Zero.
So what's it going to be called? Is it going to be called by 9 Below Zero?
No, we called it The Cooperative because we didn't want to call it Glenn Silver with 9 Below Zero.
No.
So we gave it a little name, gave it a project name, and then that way it can continue on. But it's some really interesting.
Right.
So, and it was recorded where it's never too late to record it, which is Glenn's studio.
Right. Yeah. And coming up fairly soon, you've got the Plumpton Beer and Blues Festival, which is a new one.
That's 9 Below Zero and 9 Below Zero fans and booze and beer go well together.
Well, it's a Harvey's brewery, and that's going to be the main one, so that's got to be good.
Yeah, they like us there because our punters, you know, and us in the band do sell beer, so it's really good.
Yeah, that sounds good, and it's a really nice surroundings. It's a field overlooking a big valley in Sussex. It's going to be great, and we understand a great pub. And the guy who's organising the festival, Rob Smithson, seems to be bang on the ball with a good sound team and everything else in 2 stages. The only trouble is he's booked my band in, you see. So
but what night
go right down here.
we're on the afternoon before you're on, actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it should be.
I shall get there early.
Yeah, it'd be good if you could see us, but if you're busy.
Actually, we're just talking about we're in Denmark, I think, the night before, but it all depends on flights.
Yeah.
Usually it'll be an early one. So.
Well, we'll get to say hello to you, whatever happens,
Absolutely.
and maybe meet the rest of the band.
Yeah, lovely.
And Todd Sharpville's on.
Todd is on.
Yeah,
We know
Papa George.
I love Papa George.
He's the man in our opinion, actually.
Is he?
Wonderful.
Is he on my lyric? You're the man. Is he in there?
He could be in there, couldn't he? Yeah.
In the verse.
Yeah. And the Saturday, I think there's Debbie Bonham's on.
Oh, okay.
So that should be pretty good. So that's a pretty good lineup, and it's a reasonably priced.
Sounds a perfect beer festival. Yeah, is it priced reasonably?
Yeah, it's 35 quid for the whole weekend, and that is pretty good. Yeah, I think they're on a winner, and I think it's going to continue.
Well, we like to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing you lot, as I've never seen you before. So, yeah, it'd be great, and it'd be good to to see you again.
If you take it on the chin and live life with a grin, you're the man. If you sail across the ocean in perpetual motion, you're the man. If you roar like a lion, fight like a tiger, sting like a bee, know the square root of 3. If you smoke the gauge of weed, then you plant your seed, you're the man. Bananas in the finest silk pajamas, you're the man. Yeah. And if you meet Stephen Hawking, now let him do the talking, 'cause he's the man. You might push all the buttons, tick all the boxes, build up your assets, cut all your losses. If you